my intimate team that I have who've been with me from the off. And now it's got to the stage now where I just want to make the biggest fights possible. I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. And I just want to make sure that, I maximize these moments. I ride this wave. And ultimately, being where I am today is a blessing. And I'm just excited to make the big fights happen. I want many nights like
that. Surprised many people, myself included. What was your initial reaction?
Unbelievable. I mean, it's very difficult because, boxers do come and go, but this wasn't the average relationship with a contracted boxer. This was special. Conor was as close as he could have been to being part of the family, and for him to make a decision like this without even a phone call, or actually when Eddie suggested to him by text that they meet to discuss it, Conor suggested it's best to go through lawyers. And after 10 years of what we've gone through with him, I think in my 50-odd years of promoting sport, this is the most horrible, outrageous. I can't describe the feeling of when...
Shocking news so first. Conor Benn openly laughs and says Eddie Hearn deserved it because he wants bigger fights that apparently could not be delivered. That is a bold claim. The reality is Eddie Hearn built his platform, defended him publicly, and never folded under pressure.
Is this new deal with Zuffa Boxing? So, can I ask, what does this mean for your career?
It means, career's heading in the same direction, which is world title by the end of the year, God willing. And, just mega fights. That's the plan. Give the supporters, the fans what they want. Come over here, all the belts are over here in America, so majority of them are anyway. So it's, I'm excited to go over it.
After Conor Benn laughed and said he deserved it, Eddie Hearn did not stay silent. He admits it feels like wasted years and reminds everyone he backed Benn when nobody else would. Loaned him money, defended him publicly, and never folded. That is loyalty, not something you mock.
I don't know, it feels a little bit of a wasted few years because I gave a lot. You know how hard I fought, when no one believed him. No one backed him. I did. I believed him and I backed him. And I never gave in. When he was done, out, loaned him hundreds of thousands of pounds. But yeah, on we go.
Oscar de la Hoya questions how this was done to Eddie Hearn and even says it is not right. He also raises serious doubts about the 8-figure money and who is actually funding it. That tells you everything. This move looks flashy, but the business side feels shaky.
Eddie Hearn must be pissed off. Eddie Hearn must be pissed off. My God, how can they do that to Eddie Hearn? It is not right. I heard it's a one-fight deal.
For 8 figures.
And what I don't understand is who is paying him? I don't understand who is paying him, Conor Benn, because he's going to demand a lot of money. If it's going to be 8 figures, whatever it might be, he's going to demand a lot of money. So I'm not sure who's going to pay.
Carl Frock calls out the contradiction straight away. He reminds everyone that Conor Benn repeatedly preached loyalty over money, yet now he has walked away. Frock points out Eddie Hearn looks genuinely devastated, emotionally and financially invested. That says a lot. When a promoter defends you at your lowest and you leave at your highest, fans will question your words.
Conor Benn on numerous occasions saying, my loyalty can't be touched. Look, it's not about money, it's about loyalty. And now all of a sudden he's left Eddie Hearn. And Eddie looks devastated. I've listened to a couple of interviews what he's done. And he seems genuinely upset and devastated, which is a shame on him, a shame for him, because he's heavily invested emotionally and financially with Conor Benn.
Tony Bellows suggests Conor Benn has not even picked up the phone. That is heavy. According to Bellows, he knows there are no words to fix it. That sounds like guilt more than business. If you truly believed you were right, you would make that call. Silence in moments like this speaks volumes.
He hasn't picked the phone up because he hasn't got the stomach to. He hasn't got it in him to. He knows there's no words that can make this right. It's just one of them things. It's boxing, Goose. It's boxing. And he knows that that's why he has not picked up the phone. This is a man he spent every other day or for months, years.
Jamie Moore says Eddie Hearn went above and beyond and even put his neck on the line. That is not small praise. He is shocked because everyone in British boxing saw how far Eddie stretched to protect Benn. When respected trainers are stunned, it tells you this move has rattled the industry.
Eddie, above and beyond anything he ever needed to do for Conor Benn during all that situation, put his neck on the line. That's why I believe it's such a big shot. I don't know the details of anything yet. I don't think even anything's breaking about numbers and stuff like that, but I just can't believe it.
Dominic Ingle highlights that Eddie Hearn compromised himself to stand by Conor Benn. That is massive. He even shifted his public stance during the controversy. That is reputational risk. Yes, careers are short, but loyalty and integrity last longer. Walking away after someone bends for you will always raise eyebrows.
Where he's been and his career was almost over, and Eddie, dug him out of it and stuck by him and kind of compromised himself really, because he kind of did a U-turn on drugs, Eddie, didn't he, at that point, because it was all ban him for life, and then when Conor failed it was, oh well, it's a bit different in this situation. So it is interesting how it's all turned out in the end, but boxers' careers are very short.
Ariel Helwani admits he thought the news was fake. No rumors, no leaks, no warning. That makes it even more brutal for Eddie Hearn. In boxing, whispers usually come first. This landed out of nowhere. When insiders are shocked, you know this was not a smooth exit.
Has left Matchroom Boxing and has signed with Zuffa Boxing. When I saw this, first off, I thought it was fake. There were no rumors of him, being a free agent, no rumors of him shopping his services, no rumors of him even looking at Zuffa, no rumors of Zuffa talking to him, none of that. And then all of a sudden this comes through on a Friday night, an absolute shock.
Wade Plemens calls it unbelievable and reminds everyone Eddie Hearn backed Conor Benn through every storm. Drug tests, suspensions, criticism, all of it. He even questions how much notice Eddie had. If this was done without a word, that is not just business. That is cold business.
And the new signee of Zuffa Boxing. Unbelievable. This was Eddie's dude, man. I don't even have words for this. When Conor Benn came into boxing and he started getting promoted by Eddie Hearn, Eddie had his back through everything. I'm talking the drug tests, the failures, the freaking time off when he was at his lowest. He was with him, he stuck with.
Bruce Carrington admits the move is shocking, but tries to frame it as business. He points out Zuffa Boxing is coming in hot, putting on decent shows and signing big names like Conor Benn. That is true, but his excitement doesn't erase the fact that Eddie Hearn, a promoter who invested emotionally and financially, now sees one of his biggest stars walk out. Loyalty, risk, and long-term support seem ignored, and Carrington's comment highlights the tension between business opportunities and human relationships in boxing.
Yeah, that was very surprising, but hey, listen, business is business, and I guess they're doing certain things that really interest them, and Zuffa, they're really coming into the game real hot. They've been putting on some decent cards and stuff like that, so I can't say it's a surprise. Like, they're bringing in some decent fighters on their roster. And
Errol Spence questions Conor Benn's loyalty and whether it belongs to a promoter or to himself. He points out that many are questioning Benn's move right now. In reality, loyalty was clearly shown by Eddie Hearn over years of backing him through failures, money, and reputation. Spence's point emphasizes that boxing is not just contracts and money, it's about trust and respect, and Conor Benn's decision raises serious doubts about how he values those bonds.
Very, very surprised. Matchroom and Conor Benn have been working together since day dot. Apart from the sort of Saudi shows, I'm pretty sure Conor's not really fought on another promoter's card or anything, and they've done a great job standing by him, even when the worst news came out, foul drugs tests, etc. Eddie batted for him, defended him, put his reputation on the line, and coming off the back of already earning millions. Really surprised, to be honest. I didn't expect it in the slightest now.
Dana White calls it a complete shock to Eddie Hearn, describing it as pulling the rug out from under him. Conor Benn spent a decade under Eddie's guidance, rising from a prospect to a UK star. Walking away after 10 years of loyalty, dedication, and personal investment sends ripples through the boxing world. Dana's blunt words capture how sudden and shocking this exit is, highlighting that in boxing, even stars can make moves that leave promoters blindsided despite years of loyalty and support.
Just found out Conor Benn, UK boxer, who has been with Eddie Hearn pretty much since the beginning, a decade, 10 years. That is all over for the foreseeable future. And Conor Benn has a brand new.
Jesse Vargas stresses how unusual this move is given Eddie Hearn's reputation for loyalty. Conor Benn was arguably the biggest UK star under Eddie after Anthony Joshua and Katie Taylor. Vargas highlights the contrast. Eddie built him up, supported him through every setback, and yet Benn chose to leave. It's a moment that challenges how boxing fans perceive loyalty, respect, and gratitude in the sport, showing that even massive stars sometimes prioritize opportunity over long-standing bonds.
That's interesting. I mean, who knows if it would happen? I mean, I feel like Eddie's all about loyalty, and I would assume you said that he's one of Eddie's guys, right, for a long time.
Outside of Anthony Joshua and Katie Taylor, he's probably the biggest UK star that Matchroom have. Yeah.
So I guess again, Eddie Hearn is all about loyalty, which I respect.
Ariel Helwani paints a vivid picture of the deep bond between Eddie Hearn and Conor Benn, describing it as closer to friendship than a simple promoter-fighter relationship. He emphasizes that Eddie's loyalty has historically never wavered with top stars like Anthony Joshua or Katie Taylor, which makes Benn's departure even more shocking. By leaving Matchroom Boxing for Zuffa, Benn has not just switched promoters, he has directly challenged the trust and years of support Eddie provided. Helwani also highlights the backdrop of tension with Dana White and Zuffa Boxing, framing this as a strategic move from Zuffa to assert dominance and snatch a top UK talent. The commentary underlines that this isn't just a contract shift. This is a public reputational blow to Eddie Hearn, and it raises questions about loyalty, gratitude, and the personal cost of ambition in modern boxing.
Were joined at the hip. It seemed like they were more friends than promoter-fighter. It seemed like they had the strongest of bonds and one that would never break, just like it never broke with Anthony Joshua, just like it never broke with Katie Taylor. And when you consider the fact that the war of words between Dana White and Eddie Hearn has escalated exponentially over the last few days and few weeks, for Dana and company, for Zuffa Boxing, to pluck arguably the biggest star not named Anthony Joshua and Katie Taylor under the Matchroom umbrella is a massive
Wade Plemens breaks down the financial and contractual details, revealing that Conor Benn's new deal with Zuffa Boxing is a one-fight, 8-figure arrangement. On paper, it looks like life-changing money for Benn, but it also raises serious questions about his long-term commitment. Signing for only one fight suggests this may be more of a short-term cash grab than a full promoter switch. While Zuffa scores a major UK star, the move exposes uncertainty for both sides. Benn could leave after one lucrative fight, leaving Zuffa with a headline fighter who may never fully integrate into their roster. From Eddie Hearn's perspective, this is a painful reminder of how loyalty and relationship building can be appended by a single high-value contract. The commentary emphasizes the tension between short-term gain and long-term loyalty in boxing's high-stakes business.
Benn's deal with Zuffa Boxing is a one-fight, 8-figure deal. So, okay, this puts some interesting spin on what we're reading now. So Conor Benn is only signing a one-fight deal with Zuffa. It's life-changing money, and he only is under contract for one fight. So that does change a little bit of the discussion as far as what potentially is going to go on here. Because how much is Conor going to really stay?
The fallout from Conor Benn leaving Eddie Hearn for Zuffa Boxing is massive and layered. On one hand, Benn secures a life-changing one-fight, 8-figure deal and the chance for bigger fights that excite fans worldwide. On the other hand, the human element cannot be ignored. Eddie Hearn stood by him through failed drug tests, public criticism, and financial risk, investing years of trust and loyalty. Walking away from that history sends a clear message that ambition and money can outweigh relationships in boxing. The move also shakes up the UK boxing scene. Zuffa Boxing gains a high-profile star and instant attention, while Matchroom loses one of their top UK names outside of Anthony Joshua and Katie Taylor. Fans are left to speculate whether Benn's choice was purely financial, opportunistic, or a calculated career gamble. The question now is which fighter truly understands loyalty, and who will feel the mental weight of these decisions as their careers progress. Are you backing Conor Benn to thrive under Zuffa Boxing, or do you think Eddie Hearn's long-term loyalty will prove the smarter path? Drop your thoughts below and join the debate in the comments.